Happy Monday! I hope you're having a wonderful start to the day. I know it's been a little gloomy, a little gray outside, but it's actually going to stay that way. I am so sorry for getting your hopes up. We're going to continue to see some on and off showers today. Every now and again, the gray overcast skies all day. Sorry. We're going to have kind of a wet start to the week, honestly. Rain chances will pick up nearly drastically heading into our Tuesday. So we're expecting some heavy rain chances, possible thunder and storms every now and again in the afternoon. But let's talk about Monday. Let's get through one day first, right? So right now we're at about 76, 77, some areas just a little around that. We're going to continue to see some 70s for most of our day ahead. A couple of showers to hang around for most of the midday hours. We're going to continue to see cloudy conditions all day long, and thankfully it's not dark cloudy. It's just a little gray outside, still kind of bright. Got some sunshine peeking through every now and again, but we'll stay below 80 for the high with a lot of us today. 5 p.m. expected to be around 79, so sticky conditions are back on the forecast as well. Since we're dealing with some of those rain chances, it's going to be a little wet, a little sticky, a little uncomfortable out the door. So keep that in mind, as that's going to go on for the next couple of days into Wednesday and possibly Thursday as well, even though Wednesday and Thursday are looking a little drier than initially anticipated from this weekend. So we'll see how those things continue to change, but dew points will be kind of uncomfortable. As we go through the rest of our Monday, like I mentioned, keeping those 70s around for most of the day. Max, thank you. Alrighty, so walking it through hour by hour so you can see exactly what we're getting into. We'll keep cloud cover around for a good portion of the day. This is taking it at about 11 a.m. this morning. It's been quite breezy. Yesterday we picked up some breeze levels. Probably about 15 miles per hour was the strongest I saw. It was kind of gray outside, and with that breeze, you kind of felt like it was going to rain at any given moment, but that was just kind of just the visual of rain and no rain. So at least it was dry yesterday, but today, really breezy. Every now and again, you'll just kind of feel a little annoying to you, but looking like some of that cloud cover lets up a teeny bit as we get closer to our afternoon hours. We'll still see some slight showers. Slight showers, that's hard to say. Max, wake up, bestie. Okay, perfect. So by the time we get to about 2 p.m., we'll still see a sporadic shower or two. We do have less cloud cover expected. Some areas could warm up to that rough 80. Now, some of that rain-cooled air that we thought was going to happen from today, it's going to be a little tougher to come by as those rain chances. Max is not, I wonder what's going on because it is just rough this morning. Anywho, we'll continue to see some on and off showers, keeping our temperatures just at 80. Cloud cover is going to keep us a little along the same forecast of 79 to 80. Not going to really add in some extra heat. It's just going to keep us almost like an incubator, keep us at one steady rate of upper 70s, very low 80s. We'll continue to see rain chances dwindle as we get into the evening, starting to lose some of that daytime heating, and then our breeze kind of goes down just a tad as we get to right about this point in the day, about 6:30 tonight. So that's the expectation there. Rain chances will pick up as early as 2 a.m. for a lot of our communities. So right here, you'll notice just outside of Russellville, Moulton, Phil Campbell will definitely see a pass of heavy showers overnight into their early morning hours. And it's going to be breezy all night long. So you'll hear, if you've got trees near your home, you're going to hear some of the rustling of the trees. I used to get scared around this time of year when I was a kid because, of course, it's Halloween. And so everything's like the rustle of the leaves and the trees. Like, it used to freak me out so bad. But it's going to kind of feel a little spooky outside for the next few days with that breeze kind of keeping those trees swaying in the wind. So, but as we get closer to your morning hours, well, I would say closer to your wake up hours, around 5:30. Folks that are headed out the door around 5 and 6 in the morning as well. We'll see those heavier rain chances west of I-65 for the morning. Now there are some areas just along I-65 and like here in Huntsville, Arab, we'll see a couple of those showers, but you'll notice Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Albertville, relatively dry for the morning, but we start to see those heavier chances passing through Florence, Russellville, and Moulton really are kind of going into by that point, their third hour of heavy showers. So make sure you keep those umbrellas on standby as you head out the door tomorrow morning. These will be some heavy opportunities for rain early in the morning, which means we'll also kind of start out a little humid out the door as well. Keep that in mind. So looking ahead though into this time tomorrow, still a decent breeze. We honestly won't really see the breeze kind of die down until well into this week. To be honest, I feel like it's going to be about Thursday that it kind of goes back to a normal state, but even still, I feel like it's just going to be breezy all around for the next couple of days. We do start to see those rain chances move east. So Arab, Albertville, here in Huntsville, Fayetteville, and Tennessee. Winchester may get a passing shower or two as well. We're expecting to see some heavy downpours, possible lightning at times. As we get closer to our afternoon hours, that heating kind of adds into, it's almost fuel for the storms. So looking ahead though, beyond that point, there we go. Max is slow today. Our weather interface is moving really slow today. I don't like it. Makes me nervous because then it starts freezing up on me on air, and I'm like, I don't like that. Anywho, still decent breeze around 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. That'll be our day for the heaviest of rain. So I really want you to have a good idea of what the timeline's going to be like. It's going to be spotty showers, but they're going to be heavy when they do come around. So this is 2:30, still kind of west of I-65. You'll notice a lot of these showers are starting to move west to east. We did have north moving showers. So we're coming up from the south earlier today, but this is west to east, east to west. So that's what we'll continue to see for your Tuesday. Looking ahead into the evening for tomorrow, still dealing with a great deal of those showers. Could possibly see a storm or two as we get into the afternoon, evening hours. So keep that in mind and keep those umbrellas on standby because rain can be a nuisance for the next couple of days. Like I mentioned with our wind speed, we have had a great deal of breezy conditions. Saturday wasn't all that breezy. We had a little nice calm wind every now and again, but Sunday really picked up. We'll continue to see gusts around 15 miles per hour at best. 25, maybe a little strong, but we could get closer to 15 if anything. So let's go ahead and take a quick check of the tropics. Not really expecting much on our neck of the woods. Now, if you look at the far left corner, right outside Mexico, I can't remember what number they're on in the Pacific, or letter, but that is a decent formation. Wow. You never really get to see the Pacific stuff because we're all the way over here on the Atlantic, so we don't really see that very much. But anywho, back to the Atlantic basin, right? 70% chance of this tropical wave developing. Expectation, name-wise, this may be Jerry. So we went from Humberto and Imelda to Jerry. And if your name's Jerry, that's cool. You have a possible tropical storm / hurricane to be named after you. Jerry and Karen. Karen's after that. So that's really cool. I just don't feel like my name is serious enough for a hurricane. Hurricane Jayda just doesn't sound all that serious. It just seems so, like, tiny. I feel like it wouldn't even become a hurricane. She'd just hang out as a tropical storm. But anyways, 70% chance of this developing, really just a cluster of thunderstorms for the moment. And it's kind of what we call a fish storm as of right now, because there's not really much land surrounding it. Could see some waves from it. I know Florida, if you remember earlier last week, Florida had that, there was like a second disturbance, which this is technically the second disturbance from that past model. So Florida's that disturbance that was right outside of the east coast of Florida. That was disturbance 1 last week, but they have had some storm surge coming off of that. If you remember, we talked about the track of Imelda moving east, and that was going to come behind it, and we were concerned that that was going to push some rain into our area, and it ended up really just staying over Florida, keeping us a little drier than we anticipated. And when it pushed over Florida, the expectation was about 6 to 10 inches of rain. So, of course, flooding occurred. And with that tropical wave, there was some detrimental flooding. I think Nightly News covered it last night as well. I remember seeing that as a headline. So they've kind of dealt with the back half of that. I believe it's finally out of their hair. I believe it's, if not, it's on its way. So this disturbance that we're tracking right now, 70%, you'll notice it kind of takes a little turn to go north, possibly east before it shifts west, after it attempts to shift west. So we'll see how that changes just as it gets to warmer water. But looking at your 10-day, I know that's kind of everybody's big focus here. You've got chances of showers throughout most of today. Heaviest chance expected for tomorrow. Wednesday, we'll walk it back a bit. Tomorrow, we have those expectation for scattered storms. And you can tune into TVL if you're just tuning in just now. And you may have missed my run through of hour by hour. Tune into TVL and also tune into our noon show so we can go back through it all. But Tuesday is going to be the heaviest chance for rain. Today, we're going to have showers, and they're just that, just showers. It's going to make things a little humid outside, a little sticky. But as we look at Tuesday, that's when we start to see some of that lightning occurring. So really think about if you have any afternoon, evening plans, or even just some plans during the day. Maybe you, I know some folks are actually out for fall break. So if you had some plans to get some things done for Tuesday, it's probably going to be a good day to move some of that indoors or push it back to about Wednesday or Thursday if possible, because we're going to see some lightning every now and again. We'll keep our temperatures just around 80 or just below it. Looks like Wednesday is going to be 78. The last day that will be kind of at the upper 70s. And then by the time we get into Wednesday evening, heading into Thursday morning, we'll start to see some upper 50s out the door. So it's going to be a little chilly start to Thursday and Friday. Saturday and Sunday are going to be our low end 50s. So real chilly by the end of this week, heading into the weekend. Although highs for Thursday and Friday, we have a cold front coming behind these storms. So Thursday and Friday getting to about those mid 70s, but we're expecting to see some gorgeous conditions for the weekend. So if you're already planning for the weekend, it's going to be a great weekend to get out and enjoy. I keep telling you, these weekends are probably going to be your best bet to go out and enjoy some good weather, because it's going to be nice across the board. We're dealing with our heaviest rain chances early in the week, so by the time we get to the weekend, a lot of that has dried, really kind of gotten out of the atmosphere system, so to speak. So keep that in mind as you make your plans. It's going to be a little cooler, especially for my folks that maybe are out for, if there are still some schools doing Friday football. I know there's some areas that haven't quite gotten out for fall break just yet. So it's going to be cooler evening, cooler conditions. Decent breeze. I don't expect it to be as breezy as we've seen for the past couple of days. I feel like that's going to kind of fall off just a little bit, but even still, we're kind of in that time of year that we're seeing breezes just around every single day. So all that to be said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday, wonderful start to your work week. For my folks that are out on fall break, I hope you are enjoying your well-deserved break, including my mom. She teaches, for those who may not know. But yes, I hope you are enjoying your break, enjoying your time off. So sorry that it's raining. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we'll have a nice back half of the week for you. So maybe that helps. If you haven't seen some of the rain chances that I've gone through earlier today. Like I mentioned, go ahead, tune into TVL coming up in about 10 or so minutes, 12 minutes to be exact. And then we also have our noon show today. So hope you will. Oh, that's so funny. They're running through our show and Eric's still hanging around. But yes, so hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. I will be back here tomorrow, 10:30. Do this all over again. We'll talk a little more about rain chances and when they'll move out the way. So I hope to see you then. Have a good one.